like everybody going bonkers over that. So yeah, bit of a shame that we didn't get it. Okay, there's 6 up here. Okay, so I have 22 couples in my colony of 282 colonists. All right, that is actually a surprise. That really just means I don't need that many double beds. Okay, the only reason why I want to know this is because putting a single bed in a room like this automatically should make it, I think, a bigger room. Right, so this is... Impressiveness is mediocre. I'm pretty sure this room is clean, by the way, as, like, neutral. Let's see, wealth is kind of basic. It's cramped. It's a space of 10 and it's cramped. Okay. There is a... I want to test 2 things. I want to test the same size room with a single bed in it. So I'm going to have to make 1 mock bedroom somewhere in my colony. I could probably make it over here. Or down here would be fine too. I don't want to make it too close to here because when we have a prison outbreak, it's going to do a thing. But if I was to make one like here, I don't really want to make one where I have like crops and shit growing. I could make it out on the beach actually. Hold on. Has that got any... No, it's got no building restrictions. I could make it out here. Just to do a test. Cool beans. Alright, rabbit is poor mood, slept outside. So how big are these rooms? They look like they're 4 by 3. I gotta find out. I want to make nicer rooms because they're always bitching that they're cramped. So I'm gonna make a couple of... I guess I gotta make it with the same materials, hey? I wasn't planning to be making weird ass rooms and shit tonight, but I do want to see... Yeah, all up here is already built up. Okay. It's going to be down here near the turrets. I don't want to build it on the turrets. So... It's got to be like a 6 across. And then it's got to come down by... Should be by 5. I think it's a 5 by 6 room. I didn't... Whoa! Shit, sorry. I had to allow for the game to like decide what it's doing. Okay, so within this space... Oh, I get it. The rain and the crops. Got it. That's what's doing the slight lag. Got it. No, it's okay. Okay, 3 by 4. Yep, that's the same size as one of those rooms. So let's throw... I think I put slate in everybody's rooms. I think I changed it to slate. Yes. Okay, let's throw down some slate. Let's also slap a door on this so nobody gets stuck in here because I know what my people are going to do. They're going to get stuck. Okay, so I also want to see... The only problem with this is when they make a bed, I don't expect them to make a single bed of that same kind of quality. Let's put that there for a second. So... This should be the same as any one of these rooms that have a double bed in it. This will answer me that question. If I'm patient about this, I could extend it out by taking down a wall because I know what my people are like. So I'm just going to add extra where I'm going to build it. I'll take it down by 1 extra once they've done this, and then I'll remove this inner wall and put a door. And that will extend the room over by 1 in each direction. Like, I could just make it longer, but this will save me time instead of building, like, several... Well, it doesn't. Okay, so building 1 room and waiting and, like, seeing kind of more so just saves me resources. But it'll give me the answer I need eventually. I want to find out what size room specifically for a single bed versus, like, one of these double beds, which I'm going to build a copy... here because we're going to move that into that room later once we find out how it goes with the single bed, right? So I'm going to move those in there. Actually, fuck it. I'm going to put that in the center of the turrets because if somebody comes and attacks us and somebody's sleeping out here for fuck knows what reason, they're going to be protected. My caravan's home. All right, I'll leave that be for the moment. Somebody will be with that shortly. And are you the only... Oh, that's right. You're the little caravan. I will hydrate, Joel. I've got a coffee I'm supposed to be sipping on while it's warm. Actually, I should be able to run that extra ad. Yes. All right, I can run you an extra ad this time, Joel. I won't be able to do it for, like, probably another hour, give or take. Because, like, Twitch gets shitty about that. I'll have some coffee, have that. You guys know the ads are happening. And... fuck's sake. I was like, oh, Joel hasn't asked for a timeout. Yeah, no, I'll do the timeout for you, man. When I can spell. It got me just on the end of that. Fucking hell. I sort of was, but wasn't ready. There you go. Alright, enjoy your 10 minutes. So what did we make? A masterwork fur parka. Sweet. Well, we shouldn't have anybody. Nobody's bitching about wearing tattered clothing. So we finally solved that. I got a cough, hold on. There we go. Yeah, nobody's complaining that they're wearing tattered stuff. So the 150 something people that had tattered clothing, they've solved that. And I'm guessing I've got, like, give or take. I can highlight it all here. I might be able to highlight. Oh no, I've got a cap of 200. Okay. It does look like they've put all their spare shit in here, which is great. Like, these will be partially tattered. They won't be fully tattered. That's great. I also like the fact that, like, if we're gonna move, like, I've kind of, like, taken this place up to, apart from obviously the couple of extra animal beds that haven't been made yet, right? They're the only thing that really haven't been made. There's a few of them around. I made wood boxes for some, but we were limited on furs and shit, so that. But we've got a whole heap of prosthetics, a whole heap of bionics, which, by the way, I've got to make another store area like this beyond here, because I don't think you guys got a storeroom here like that. The only reason why I want extra here is that when I was not paying attention, when I had the offline kind of like fast forward into the new area, I ended up with so much of this because I wasn't paying attention, and we need a second storage. That's what I learned during that time. So we have a second storage now. And Muffalo just joined. There was a few things that I got to kind of pre-witness were gonna happen before they happened. The only other thing too is I did get rid of a whole heap of animals, but I got rid of farm animals last week, which is not a huge issue because, like, my animals will reproduce those in, like, another season. We'll be fine. We'll get those back in, like, winter, right? But the hauling animals, the sheer quantity of hauling animals we've got, super important right now. So what can you do, sir? You can do cooking, 7, smithing. Yeah, I think you're going to be primarily a cook, so welcome to the kitchens. You do crafting, all that sort of stuff. You can do a bit of mining if it was around, and cleaning and shit. So generally, like, cleaning is like as you might notice, one of the, like, standard higher priorities and stuff, because I don't expect anybody that actually has another task to do that. But if in the event that they can't do their fundamental tasks, they can at least be productive for a moment and clean something. And there's always something to clean in this place. If I don't set it as a priority 1, this place is just, like, grotty as hell all the time. And my people just can't do anything with it. I see you, Andre. Every time I see your fucking popcorn, I'm this close to wanting popcorn myself. It's not the little bucket of popcorn. It's the, what's the thing? It's this one. It's the little girl eating the popcorn. And, like, even on watchbacks, I'm like, fuck, I need popcorn. But I am pretty partial to just, like, getting popcorn and dumping, like, a heap of, like, ultra spice on it. You know how I've got my, 7 brain strain spice salt, that I got back at the Chili Festival last year? I am at the point where I am not being affected by that anymore. So, yeah, that's one of those things where it's like I might have like increased my spice a little bit too high, which is fine. I don't really mind because like I gotta buff that up for when I do the Hot Ones thing later this year. Which, fucking speaking of, well, I can think of it. Hold on, let me save so I just don't forget to do that. So I'm thinking that I'm not 100% sure that I can like absolutely get my avatar done by September, because I haven't allowed for the extra time to figure out how to use Live 2D, like the VTuber program itself. So I'm just letting you guys know that I might end up having my avatar in November on my streamiversary, and yeah, all that sort of stuff. So I also can't remember what the fuck. Jesus, Andre, it scared the crap out of me. It scares the crap out of me every time that thing goes off. Well, thank you. Thank you for the resub. So looking forward to it. Yeah, no, I'm pretty keen to obviously like get my avatar done and stuff, but I'm also aware that like being a complete beginner, learning how to use Live 2D, like I have started rigging officially as of last week. I've started, but it takes me hours because I can't. There's like a feature that you can kind of like just throw on a mesh and be like, hey, can every like layer get like dots and shit, and it causes some of my shit to disappear, and I don't know what that is. So I have just gone with fuck it, I'll go manual. So I'm going manual at the moment until I learn what that is and figure out like what to do with it and stuff. But I've started, which is good. But I don't know if like what month are we in? We're in the 5th. So I don't know if 4 months is going to be enough. So I'm just allowing for till November. But I can't remember which way I said I was going to do. I don't know if I was going to do the karaoke in September anyway, regardless of the avatar, or the Hot Ones one. I've got to figure out when my partner goes away, because it's either September or November. It's one of the two. And I think I was going to do the karaoke one in November. It means the Hot Ones one is probably in September. Yeah, I think that's it. I think I was going to do the Hot Ones one in September with the subathon, and then I'm going to do the karaoke in November, hopefully with the avatar. I want her done before the end of the year. At the absolute magnitude of the worst case scenario, I want her done by fucking New Year's. So just bear with me, because I'm like learning. I'm literally like learning everything from scratch. I didn't come into streaming and VTubing and shit with like prior knowledge. Everything I do is like something that I've like researched and learnt. So yeah, but I am happy to say that I've started rigging, and it is actually kind of enjoyable. It's just because I am still learning and stuff. It is psychologically taxing. Like after I finished doing some rigging, I did like 3 hours of rigging the first day, and my eyes were just blurry afterwards. And I'm like, okay, that's a pretty solid indicator of like how like tough it can be to like sit there and just do that. I do suspect I'll get faster, and I do suspect that like I'll learn stuff as I go, but like I'm following like the most basic tutorials. Mate, you need like an eye or something. Oh yeah, I miss more of your painting, Andre. I saw there was a picture of like the witch like mostly done, and I was like, oh, I missed it. But she's like, looks like she's like mostly done, which is pretty cool. I don't know if you've got to like put a coat on the outside and stuff, like a sealant. You need like a right eye, mate. Pretty sure I have an eye somewhere in here. Maybe I don't have an eye. I do have an ear, and they do want an ear. They want a left ear. Have a left ear, mate. Get yourself a bionic ear. Alright, Engo's in hospital for fuck knows what. So I might as well just like install something. She was probably getting another ear by the look of this. She was either getting an ear or a leg, judged by that. But yeah, if she can hold out, if she can handle another operation, she can get like that sorted out and we can have her able to hear shit again. Now, just because we're gonna move doesn't mean I'm not gonna try to get like parts and shit installed in them. So I'm still trying to get people fixed up. And I'm still trying to make helmets. Apparently these little log things are helmets. I've always thought that they were like part of a weapon. I'm not joking. I've always seen these like around. I'm like, fucking bastards wasting time making like some kind of random weapon. And without reading it, because that's just what I do. I come in here and I just cancel a whole bunch of these like little log things sitting on the ground. And I'm like, I had no idea that those are actually like the helmets. I kind of thought the helmets would be more of like a mock dome, like how these little guns are clearly like a slight gun shape, right? But no, apparently you've got to roll out like a log of steel before you can start like turning that into like a dome little hat thing. But yeah, I gotta sell this shit. I gotta sell so much stuff. I hope that a trader comes overhead or something. I don't know. Give me a sec, I gotta blow my nose. Sorry, I was getting so close to sneezing. And I'm like, nah, I gotta blow my nose. Anyway, so we're kind of like junking up with crap. And mostly, like, there are some guns and weapons and crap in here. I think a few of my people had dropped weapons, but not a lot. Like, anybody that's been in hospital, I don't think they've dropped anything. But anybody that's done a punch-up for sure has. I also wanted to check. I've got like 758 chem fuel. I don't know how much chem fuel I'm going to use to launch us to a new area. I really only want to send critical stuff, if I can, via transport pods, like a few people, some basic resources to get them started. And I want more transport pods, so I don't want to have that many that I can't fill the bastards. 6 is quite a lot. But I wouldn't mind a couple down here. I nearly wouldn't mind them kind of down here in the corpse zone. I don't want them in the corpse zone, you know? Because what if I have corpses in the corpse zone? It just takes up that space. Although, these spots, I could fit 3 here. Oh, let me go get transport pods. I could fit 3 like that, I reckon. Yeah. Perfect. Okay, so it's only going to take away 3 little grow spots. 6 grow spots. Instead of, I guess, 9. We'll get these with things. They'll be the closest to storage, so hopefully that goes the fastest. I really wish at one point we had 3 infinite chem reactors, and my people destroyed 2 when we got here because, you know, the non-stop rolling tantrums. What was that noise? Something in here is like expanding from having the heater on, and I don't know if it's like glass or a door. Oh. Yeah, I can't think of what the hell made that noise. That's the second time tonight. If it's glass and if my window just goes like boom later and shatters, fuck that. I wouldn't be surprised. But it wouldn't be the first time something's done that either. I had like literally a shower just shatter by itself once. And yeah. But I've got the heater on in here. And it's a really cold night. So I'm thinking outside is really, really cold. And inside this room is very hot. So there's things in here that are kind of expanding from the warmth. But the outside surface of like, I don't know, I'm assuming it's the glass. Because I keep hearing like it's not like a crack. It's very, very, very similar to like, you know when you close a door that has like a latch kind of thing? What the hell? Oh, meteorite. Fuck yeah. We haven't had one of those for fucking ages. Thank God I don't have a roof on that spot. I don't need sandstone, but sure. It did take out our crow area, so that's kind of a douche move. Anyway, that'll keep my miners busy, and we'll get this wall fixed up soon enough. Actually, as soon as that opens, it's gonna count that as everything's roaming. Hold on. Where's my chimpanzee dude? Where are you at? I'd like to know of more than like 2 or 3 builders in my there he is. You the chimpanzee? No, you're the cooking one. Alright. Where's the other one? He could actually be out in the caravan, to be fair. But if it was somewhere where building was involved... Oh my god, Muffalo. I'll come back to you in a hot second. I didn't even realize they finished that. I was going to say, they could be over there building. He could also be asleep. Look, Seahorse is awake. If she's not going off to rest... Yeah, you're not going off to rest. You can build. Let's get you down here. Working on that wall, because every time somebody opens this, it's going to freak out and all my animals are going to be like, oh my god, I'm roaming away. When, like, you know, they're not. So, Jelly's on an insulting spree. It's fine. So the funny thing about that is McJolly is on an insulting spree because they're in like an immense amount of pain. But the thing is, when they beat somebody up, they usually are the one that gets downed, and they don't have any medical privileges. So yeah, if they keep doing that, which is what they keep doing, which is why they don't have medical privileges. Oh yeah, here's my caravan. Yeah, it will end them. Let me get this all saved up because everybody's home now. I do have a couple of people that are pissed off, and I do have to drop Mega Scarab's corpse where we can work with it soon. So I'll let you guys bring them in. Also, my voice is like going a bit shaky and shit because I don't know if it's like the smell of the broth that I'm trying to make in the kitchen that's like hit me like really hard, or if it was like when I tried to like cough or sneeze or whatever before, but it's just like, it's probably Droll. I'm just going to blame it on Droll making me like kind of cough laugh before. Yeah, we're going to go with that. I do have my cremation thing on, so we don't have a problem. I got both of them running. The other thing too is for a colony of this size, I do think that this amount of production has been enough, which means that when I move, I don't actually need like a super huge area. Like building wise, I could make a smaller version of these kind of size rooms, and I think would be okay. I'm like half excited to move with the view that when we do, like I should be able to design something a little bit more efficient, because I did say the next place we go to, I want them to have a slightly more efficient layout. And I have really enjoyed my classic sprawled out layout. I really like that. Except for the housing situation, which is what we're playing around with over here for anybody that missed it. I'm trying to figure out what is the optimum size bedroom for my people. It's rather tight, the space. Okay, but it's a 15 with a single bed as opposed to 12 on cramped. Mind you, they have stuff on the ground there. So what I ideally want to do... Okay, let's get you... It's like really tight has got to be better than cramped. So let's open out this bedroom a bit more. I want to find out what the perfect size is, and I've worked out we only have 22 couples. So I've been giving everybody a double bedroom, and I think I really only need to allow to have maybe 50 double beds by the look of it. Give or take. Because like my people could still become more couples over time, but they could also become single again. Everybody's had a double bedroom, but this size room with a single bed is apparently rather tight. What kind of a bed did you make? You made a fucking masterwork too. Okay. All right, hold on. We gotta get We got to get end tables and shit in here. So I was giving you these fuckers, obviously in a different layout to that. But everybody had one end table. Okay, let's take away one then. I actually would like to have the drawer set in here. We used to have it at the first place, the dresser. I would like them to have a dresser in their room. Because what we used to do is we used to have Costa's coming in to build. Okay, I was like, what are you doing, love? Anyway, I used to have basically like this kind of layout at the end of the bed instead of these cat beds. But it does look like the more shit in that room, the worse it is. Because this is cramped as a 12 and it doesn't have a cat bed made. These ones have got everything in there made and it says cramped 10. So even though I've been giving them a big room, I've been taking away the space by putting shit in their room because like, what do you call it? Like human's bedroom. She's got a 9 because she's got an extra statue in here. Like, I kind of want to make their rooms comfortable, but I also have to allow for like what that means when, you know, you have 260-ish bedrooms. Honestly, I should have like closer to the 280, but let me turn that off for a second. Okay. I haven't looked at the logistics of this for a long time because honestly, when we moved here, it was way more important that my people actually, you know, survived. I didn't really care about their bedrooms. I was just like, they just need rooms. And I made rooms. Because they were sleeping outside. Remember when we moved here? Everybody was just basically outside. Because we moved here. We moved back in June last year. Shit, it's been nearly a fucking year. I didn't realize we'd been at this location for a fucking year. Wow, okay. Ray Wolfen's got taming. Okay, we were at the first location for about a year as well. And we were only at the second location for like a couple of months. Like we overlapped a bit of that between the first location. We had a bit of overlap there, but yeah, damn. I can't believe we've been here for almost a month because it's to the 4th of June 2024 is when we left location 2 for location 3. Like we finally fully evacuated location 2. So what do I get, like an itch to move my colony like every year on the year? This is nuts. I find it insane because I'm like, I've been looking for a few months to try to move us, and I've been trying to stockpile food in that time, and we've had like a couple of near starvation events where we just had no food. And the mining expeditions that we've been having have been granting us food and leather and stuff. This is why we have so much clothing now, which is great. But like we've got 44 people with tattered apparel. I reckon they're the ones probably come back with the caravan. Which, speaking of, that whole caravan should be back in here now. Yeah, it is. All right. Although it does look like some of them just gave up and left the animals inside the room. So good on yous, mates. That's not how you caravan stuff, but okay. I'll find my animals and I'll get them to drop their shit. And they'll be all around here somewhere. I could only select like up to 200, so I'm looking for specifically the ones that are carrying shit. And there's some down here. I don't think there's any horses down here that have got stuff on them, but that will do. Get you guys to drop your stuff. Now, Mega Scarab should be dropped now. There he is. All right, he's underneath the hack. Mate, can you can you haul him out of here, please? Because that's going to make everybody really upset. And once you've got him out of there, once he's in his little area, what is your underground hardworker night owl? Look, you're already kind of like distressed, but oh my god, the ducks have fucking hatched. Anywho, Sorry, I just saw the massive little ducklings coming out. I'm like, oh god, they've done it again. Because last week we had a flock of fucking 7 chicken eggs hatch. Okay, while you're a little bit mentally distressed by this, do you mind going and cremating him? Because then you're the only one that's dealt with him. Like, nobody else has handled the dead body, observed a corpse. Hopefully. There might be a couple of people in here that see that, but we should be okay. And you're outdoors for too long, so we'll solve that problem too. Oh yeah, we've got this partially filled. It fills up to 150. Let's see. Set the target level to 130. Fills up like 66 tiles. I know I don't need it to be full for where we're going, but I do want it to be full with the view that I should be able to do double launches from it. Hopefully. Like, in the event that we fill it all up and stuff. The other thing too is I also need to make sure that my animals haven't been drinking this shit, because I kind of need that now. I need it now more than ever. Because I was like, oh, we've still got plenty of time. I knew it was going to take us a few months before I found somewhere to go. And granted, it did actually take a couple of months because I've just been casually kind of trying to find somewhere. But yeah, everything I do tonight and tomorrow night in stream, I will be trying to prepare my people to have enough resources to go. That's mostly what I'm trying to do. I want my people to go and collect new clothing if they can. We should have like... I should have like a shit ton of animals. Like, we've hit the maximum adults on those. Not yet. I did sell a lot of the farming animals offspring. So we did kind of bring that back a bit. Even my panthers aren't at like max, which is wild. I guess because they keep getting bonded. That's okay then. That's not as big of a problem. Megasofts and stuff. I also had like one event where I had Thrombos visit at one point. You're training. I'll let you do that and then you come back inside. Maybe that's what your beef is, because you're outside doing animal stuff when you're an undergrounder. I've got plants and shit that are inside. I should get you like